Alright, what's going on, everybody? Alright, so this is my intro. Basically, everyone knows me as Jay Styles. You guys know that you guys that purchased the course, Amisha's introed me as Jay Styles. Those who have met me personally know me as Jose. So yeah, that's my real name. That's me right there. In the military, I was an operations specialist and a signalman. Joined the military 4 years. Served on the USS Coronado and the USS Duluth. And um, martial awesome. Her, wow, I don't know. I mean, she's just amazing. And yeah, so that's us watching the Padres game. Padres, go Padres! All right, because they love us. They got their butts whooped. All right, so I mean, I was raised by my grandmother. Mom wasn't around much. You know, and pops wasn't around. Um, so my grandmother, God bless her soul, being young and stupid as I was back then. But yeah, she's good. She's moving. She's back home in Brooklyn. She's 74 years old now. Um, and I talk to her every week. Actually, I always call just to see how she's doing. So I'm plans next year go down to New York and go pay her a visit. I was over there at Affiliate Summit when I went to Affiliate Summit last year, so it was pretty cool. GED, I got a GED. Nothing special. I didn't get a high school diploma just because I hated going to school. So I got my GED. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. It just depends on how much drive and dedication you have. So 18 years old, I joined the Navy, served 4 years as operations specialist and a signalman. That was pretty cool. Get experience. I met a lot of cool people. Experienced a lot of not a lot of you know a lot of not a lot of ports, but overseas ports, but a lot of good ports like Mazatlan and Cabo and Hawaii and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Served on the USS Coronado. I said that before, in the USS Duluth. Again, that's me with the shotgun. I moved to San Diego when I was 19. I was in the military at the time, so they shipped me out to San Diego, beautiful San Diego, and I've been here ever since just because I love the palm trees. It's like paradise. I mean, it's like being in the Caribbean. I'm Puerto Rican, and I just love the island, and I just love just looking at waking up and just looking at palm trees all day. It's pretty cool. Again, you guys know my kids. When I got out of the military, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do with myself? I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I know Morse code. That was what a signalman is. You do visual communications of a ship. Morse code operations specialist. You dealt with radar and sonars and shit. And I didn't like that too much. So what was I gonna do when I got out? Was I gonna send Morse code? I don't know from where, what Carnival Air, whatever Carnival cruise, or sorry I said air, but whatever Carnival cruise. So I decided, hey, let me apply for a loan officer job. Or actually, I no, when I got out, I became California overnight. Started delivering. I mean, it sucked because you had to drive your own truck, and you had to go to this warehouse, pick up the packages, use your own gas, and at the end of the week, you would get paid or whatever. And it was just like you use your own money, and it was complete BS. So I was like, fuck that. And luckily enough, I got a job. I got a job as a loan officer. A guy called me up. He's like, hey man, we got this position for you guys. We got this position as loan officer. Blah blah blah. He made it sound all good, and and it was a commission based job. I think I was. I mean, I had a base of like $1,500, but I was more of a telemarketer, and you know that's when I figured out, damn, I love getting on the phone and I love talking to people and I love, I just love selling people and into mortgages and loans, and I did a lot of Hispanic community, and at the time, becoming a loan officer, like I said, you generate your own business, so you generate your own, commissions, and you generate your own business, and it's mostly commission based. So what I did is I generated my own business by putting up a website. I was pretty computer savvy. I'm pretty computer savvy, and I was at the time when I started this. And so I was like, hey, I can put up a website, and I can maybe generate some traffic. And I got into some forums and started, learning about email spammers and stuff like that. So I had a couple guys mailing for me, and all of a sudden I went from doing a couple leads a day, closing those leads myself. And then, I started ramping up my volume. I went from generating 5 leads a day to generating, 100 to 200 leads a day. And it was pretty crazy. I couldn't, close all these loans. So I started brokering these leads, and I started selling them to different mortgage companies as semi-exclusive leads. Meaning that, they would compete with two other mortgage companies, and I'd be able to sell the lead for $15. It just depended on, how good the person on the loan officer was. Um, that's if I wasn't close. At the time, I was doing what was called spam marketing. The tactics I was using wasn't very how do I say, legal. But at the time, I wasn't aware of that. I just thought you could mail and send out mail to anybody, and it was okay, and they'll fill out a form, and anyway. So yeah, I got into spam, and I got listed on Roscoe. That ended everything. I couldn't mail anymore. It's kind of hard getting hosting and stuff like that. So I decided I needed, it's like, what am I going to do? My business is dead. So I got compliant. It was, email marketing is fun and cool, but if you hide, who you are, then, it's considered spam. And that's what I was doing. So this time, I became compliant, and becoming compliant was like, wow, this is just pretty easy. I just use a corporation, and this is my corporation, this is my business. Just if you want to be removed, email me here, or call my office, or mail my office, and we'll remove you. As long as you remove the opt outs, then you're good. And so I started compliant mailing, and I was making a lot more money and generating a lot more leads. So mortgages were going good. Um, And then I returned to the good side. I worked for the Don for a couple months. Wanted to sell them some mortgage leads. I had enough mortgage leads, and I wanted to get rid of them all. So I contacted the Don, and they ended up wanting to buy my company. But the thing is, they wanted to buy my company, went into the 6 month, thing, and I started generating some websites and generating some leads and giving them leads, and it was all fine and dandy, and they presented this contract, and pretty much my lawyer said it was a slave contract, at will employee, they own my company, no rights, blah blah blah. I said, look, I can't do it, I can't sell it like that, so I did my own thing, and I continued with lead generation, but this time I did it on MySpace. Uh, MySpace came about, me and a couple guys, we were masterminding here in San Diego, and one of the guys he was working on MySpace, doing a couple $100s a day, and he was generating all the accounts himself. Being that I was into email and into spam back in the day, I knew a couple guys overseas that can generate a lot of accounts, and that can work around the clock for us and generate 10, 20,000 accounts a day. And so that's what they did, and so. We were adding profiles, and we just automated this whole process of creating accounts and adding friends, and promoting dating products and whatnot. And we made anywhere up to $50,000 a day. The total investment was probably about 1,000, 2,000, and servers and coding was about my coder was about $3,000, and then that's it. That was my monthly server costs. I mean, once I paid for the program, over a period of 6 months, break them off with a few payments. Did continue lead generation. This is my equation. Once a month, taking every 10,000. see. Find a programmer and automate. The internet and ridiculous amounts of money. So it's all about taking action as well, and that's one thing that's crucial, because if you don't take action, then you know what, life is just going to pass you by and you're not going to get anywhere. So I mastered competitive intelligence, and I reverse engineer other people's business models or other competitors' business models, and I make my business better. Or I see what are they doing in their business that I can incorporate in my business. Maybe it'll help. Who knows? Split test. Am I a genius? Nope. I just think big. I mean, like I said, if I can make $1, if I can make $5 online, if I can get somebody to pay me $10, I can get that I can do it over and over and over and over again. I can get 10,000, I can get 20,000. Sky's the limit. Money is not a thing. We blow money, we spend money. I mean, you can't put money first, because money doesn't buy happiness, So think big. Like I said, if you're making money on you're making money on Google, think big. Put it on Yahoo, MSN, do some media buys. Create your own product, Why not? If you're making money on somebody else's product, you're promoting as an affiliate, and you figure it out, what they're doing, create your own product. Think big. Am I a rich kid? Hell no. I was broke as shit. I didn't have no money. I didn't grow up with no money. College graduate? Nope. I mean, it goes to show you that you don't need a special education to make money online. I got a GED. I don't have a special degree. I mean, I joined the military. I gained discipline. And that's what it's all about. Discipline. Getting what you want and going after it. Hard work, yes. Again, discipline, hard work. You got it. I mean, once you have a goal and you know what you want, then go for it. Hit it. Go for it. Don't quit. Why stop? I mean, it's what you wanted, right? This is your dream. Why are you going to stop? Why are you going to get, other obstacles getting in your way? Why are you focusing on, checking email when you want, this, something else? Why are you focusing on the things that don't matter? Self-starter? Absolutely. Hell yeah. Do it yourself. Take action. It's the only way you're going to get things done. If you got to take action. Get shit done and get it done yourself. Outsource it. But put that process down. Put those steps down. And then outsource those steps. Student indefinitely. I read. I read as much as possible. I educate myself. I don't watch TV. Action always equals a reaction. The action of watching TV, what is the reaction of that? Getting dumber? I mean, what's the action of reading? Educating myself. Gaining knowledge. Seeing what everybody else is doing out there. Read. That doesn't mean I apply everything I read. I strongly believe in the 80-20 principle. 20% of your efforts equals 80% of your results. Now that's insane. I believe that in everything I do. I believe that when I read a book, 20% of what's in this book, or 20% of the content, is 80% of the material. So I apply that. My process, what I do, I step back and I look at the process. It's backwards approach. Alright, so take the backwards approach, figure out what you want, figure out what are the steps What are the steps you need to take to get to what you want, or to get that product developed, or to get, that trip you want? Write all those steps down, right? From backwards, start backwards. And then once you're ready, now you have your plan written down. Now you take action. Or you are taking action because you're writing the approach. What are the steps required to get there? What are your steps required to get to where you want to go? What are the steps required to develop the product? What are the steps required to reach your goal? Buy that house. Ask yourself, do things. A lot of have even you know. Again, I reverse engineer. I figure out people's processes, my competitors especially. I look at some of the big brands, see what they're doing. Just competitive intelligence. It's being smart, being on the grind. I mean, if you want to become better than everybody else, then see what everybody else is doing. Again, create a mind map. Um, it helps you organize your ideas. Organize how your ideas will flow. And here I'll show you perfect examples of the way my ideas flow, and how I go about doing mind maps. Here's a couple examples. Let me just exit here. Here we got a mailing application. I just decided, what are the steps of the processes of mailing compliant? And these are different steps. Mailing compliant, phone, email, register domains. These are different. Set up reverse DNS. Set up landing page tracking, CTR, redirect script, DNS setup. All the different steps. See, and then I look back at the process. This is stepping back, looking at the process. Mind map allows you to do that. Helps you do that. Mailing setup. Here's another one. Data center. Verify IPs. Text setup. Mail service. Spam compliant. I got a tech bill to do that. Data providers. These are just mind maps. Personal things I've done. Polls. This is another system I've done for polls. Automating polls system. Again, these are the different steps. Single polls, game titles, movies. Just all my ideas. I can look back at it and I can say, okay, this makes sense. Or I can say, okay, these are the different steps I need. And I can outsource certain parts of these steps, or the product. I can develop the product like this. Just mind maps are awesome. Here goes marketing. Just everything that goes behind marketing. The way I see it. PPC. You got non-adult. You got keyword PPC. You got adult. You got pop-up traffic. You got traffic brokering. PPC tools. Just different things I've written down. These are pretty old mind maps. I have some updated ones. Actually, let me show you. And then, oops. So, mind map. CPA marketing. Let's see. There goes another mind map. Now, getting offer, research, swipe file, business model. Is there demand? Know your customers. How would I know my customers? I got forums. Know your competition. Swipe content, images. Again, going to the competition, looking at everybody's seeing what everybody else is doing out there, and just seeing the similarities in everybody else's website and your competitors' websites, and then copying certain bullet points that you see that's being used repetitive. Creating a product. These are just my mind maps, and this is my CPA marketing. I just go crazy off. They just put all my ideas. They don't have to make sense, but then I can reorganize those ideas, and then then they'll make sense, and then I can outsource different modules. I can have programmers working on different stuff. So again, you guys can see the power behind these mind maps. Now let's get back to the keynotes and play. Alright, so we got create a mind map. We just went over that. Organize your ideas. Organize how your ideas will follow. Again, it's imperative. Oh, number 3, it's imperative to set your goals. Can't emphasize that enough. Write down your goals to get them into your subconscious mind. That way, basically, life becomes a whole lot easier because you won't have to think about it as much. You won't notice it, but your daily, you'll have your daily interactions that, you'll do things on a daily basis that'll help you reach your goal. And you won't even realize it by writing it down and keeping it in your subconscious mind. I used to go to seminars and they used to always say, write your real estate seminars when I was like 21. They used to always say, write your goals down, write your goals down. I'm like, fuck, man, I know what my goal is. I want to make money. I want real estate. I want to flip a house, I know I don't need to write it down. It's just wasting my time. Well, guess what? Now I understand. I understand the power behind it because I understand the power of the subconscious mind and the power of the brain. And, once you program your brain, there's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you. The only thing that's stopping you is all the daily fuss, all the daily noise that comes in between of what you really want. And it's, through all the internet, all the media and all the advertising, all this TV junk and all the games that are coming out. And, it's crap. So you guys figure out what you want, know what you want, and write it down. Do it now. Make 6 months, 1 year, and 3 year goals. What do you want to do a month from now? What do you want to do 6 months? What does your company want to be 6 months? What do you want to have in a year? Take 2 minutes and write your goals down now. Do it now. Another thing we do is how to start thinking big. Never think. You always got to think big, and this is how this is how we do businesses. We live, breathe this shit. You have to think big. Never think you can't obtain this or you can't obtain that. That scarcity mindset. It's small thinking. Small thinking gets you small results. Gets you nowhere. If you say, okay, well, I don't think I can swim, guess what? You ain't gonna swim. If you say, well, I don't think I could pass that test. Well, guess what? You probably ain't gonna pass that test. You know what I mean? If you can make $1, you can make fucking $10. You can make $15. You can make $100. Jeez. Never think you can't do it. Do think about how and what you need to do in order to achieve what you want. You have to think about it. Write it down. What do you need to do to achieve what you want? What are the steps you need to take? And take action. Do it. Automate and duplicate the process that works. Automate and duplicate. Processes that work as much as possible. So, alright, so you figure something that works out in Google? Alright, duplicate it on Yahoo. Duplicate it on MSN. Go buy some media from it. Alright? You figure out, oh, well, this PPC campaign is working good. Well, figure out how you can, make more Google accounts maybe. I mean, think big, automate and duplicate as possible. See how can you remove yourself from the equation. And last but not least, don't ever quit. Why would you quit? If you know what you want and you want it, and this is the goal, and this is what you want in life, why would you quit? Don't ever quit. Here's something interesting. Did you know that Walt Disney asked 301 banks for a loan to build Disneyland before he finally got a yes? Walt Disney, 301. Fuck, I wouldn't ask 301 banks to get a loan. Who would ask that many banks to get a loan to start up Walt Disney? It's because he had a goal. That was his goal. He never gave up. Edison failed 10,000 times before he made the electric light. Holy crap. 10,000 times before he made the electric light. So when do you ever quit? Never, never, Never give up. Winston, and this is a quote by Winston Churchill. Alright, guys, well, that was the end of the slide. I hope you like it. And we'll go into the next module.